So another thing you can do with Lucina is actually just body blocking. So body blocking is when you have a choke point and you want to stall out enemies. So in this case, there's a few enemies spawning in here. And also there's a huge army pushing us. So what I'm going to be doing is holding this, killing these, moving forward, and slowly pushing up while also body blocking, and then the rest of my team will be close behind. So my entire team is staggered because we just killed all of the enemies on this map, or at least most of them, an overwhelming majority of them. Now more enemies are spawning in, so we need to start pushing back, getting through, and making space. So here it goes. So we're body blocking these enemies, forcing them to attack what I want them to attack instead of what they want to attack, while also preparing a counterattack so that I can push through them pretty easily. And then I'm going to take the space that they're occupying and then move the shield up. This is especially useful for dealing with infinite spawns and things that just keep spawning. So what I can do is just go here, for example. I can kill that guy, but I'm going to have someone else kill him. So I'm going to go for a new target. So we did get 2 Grasping Voids, which allowed us to one-round him, which is nice. Alright, then she will wait here, the Bond Shield will move up, and then everyone else is also going to attack things. So I need another mage, probably someone like Anna. Let's see what she can do. Alright, she can almost kill this, she has 12% crit. She can get dance, someone can last hit that, and we can continue pushing. So I can use the bonded shield now. And then this will die. I could use thunder. That's an idea. Yeah, let's use thunder. She's not going to be able to canter away, she's going to be stuck here. And then we're going to do this. Dive this mage. Kill it with a fast unit. Even if it hits me, I'm on a bonded shield, so next turn if someone attacks me, they're not fast enough to do anything. And I got a crit. So we're pushing forward while killing things, making space, and also bullying the enemies out of this position so that they can't really do anything. Alright, I can kill this guy. And then if you have canter units, they can kind of play around the bond shield. Because it occupies more spaces than a tank, you can kind of poke out and shoot things and dive back in. So for example, if I want to do something like that, I can. The only thing that's going to hit me is a mage with Bolgan on, so that's not really a threat. So I can actually safely attack this. Put some damage on some of these enemies.
Here we go.
And if you have Canter Plus, you can get away with even some more shenanigans. So she actually does have Canter Plus. So I could get a crit, I could get a Sandstorm, I could take off a health bar here. Alright, I didn't get either. That's unfortunate. Pretty good chance I get one, but one or the other. But that happens. Alright, and then the rest... Alright, actually, I can dance her. She's going again. She gets another chance. Let's see if she redeems herself. Oh, she just has lethal. Oh, from the speed increase, nice. Yeah, so she can just kill it.
I'll go first.
We'll get a health bar down, because it has 2 health bars. Canter Plus is one of the most powerful abilities in the game, considering how good Canter is. Alright, then the rest of these units, you might have a few dead turns. Just try to move them in slightly. And then we tank the next wave. Push up, tank the next wave. And the closer you get into the enemy density, like the more things that can hit you, usually the better, because then you can deal more damage on counterattacks. And if you can one-round multiple enemies, you can kill tons of enemies in a row. So right there I got a crit, so now I have another opportunity to hit another enemy. So the more enemies that get hit by this, the better. But holding chokes with Lucina is probably one of the strongest uses of Lucina. And this is just a demonstration of doing that against enemies that actually pose a threat on maddening. So like as you go further into the missions in maddening, it definitely gets much harder. The enemies get better stats, higher speed, better defensive stats. They become harder to kill. So being able to take on difficult enemies safely is key, and I just wanted to make this video to kind of demo that. Now what we can do here, what I don't want to attack with these units yet, I still have 2 bond shields, so what I want to do is have all of the other units attack behind the bond shield so I can make use of the bond shield, like so that I can make space for them, make use of the units behind them safely, and then you move the shield forward, so even if you're within like 2 or 3 range, you can still be outside of the enemy's range. Alright, so Anna, ooh, she finally got some build, holy crap. It only took forever. She's leveled up over 40 times in this run. She's made me probably 100k at this point, if you're curious, and I know you are, because that's a lot of money. But yeah, you push up, have your dudes follow them up. It's essentially like a ball of death, and the enemies just get attacked in an asymmetrical way where they're not able to get like put in work, but you are. Alright, so we'll longbow this guy. Might as well.
I'll go first.
But Cantor, Lucina Bond Shield, all these things add up in this case to this overall effect. It's quite crazy. Alright, now she can hit this. Alright, so what we could do, I can attack this guy like this, and then move up a tile. So that way I hit him outside of his effective range. Put him at 1 shot, and then grab space. And she can stab either. It's going to be hard to poke out too far. Now Cantor Plus still allows me to get in, like to get out pretty effectively. So I might be able to have Tamara put in some work here. Alright, so we'll go for this. Stab this guy. Because the Bond Shield is moving up, so the range of Cantor Plus is being changed as well. Alright, and then we can Bond Shield here. I can hit this guy with magic safely. And if you have an off-tank like Tamara, I would describe her as an off-tank. She's a unit that if you invest in, gets high defensive stat and can tank a hit or two. She can tank some of this stuff. She's very fast. She could tank 61 magic. Yeah, so she can get hit once by that. She could also, so 1, 2, 3. So she can't get out, so she can do something like this. She can't hit that mage, which is like really the key target. But I could hit this with Brave. So I hit him twice. I have crit chances. I have crit chances and 2 chances for Sandstorm at 45% proc rate.
I'll go first.
There's a Sandstorm. Alright, so he's almost dead now. So when he attacks the formation, he will die. Alternatively, he can be, or she can be danced. And I'm going to make space because I'm going to heal her.
I'm here.
So she could Brionac in this case. Yeah, the dancing makes her double. So you can play around with the speeds, with the positioning. You can be pretty aggressive with like a really slow push in this case, being fairly aggressive while slow pushing. Now, if that mage attacks her, I believe she will double it. She's 36 speed, he's 25. So if he attacks her, he'll actually die. I don't think he'll attack her. He'll probably attack Chloe. Maybe Ivy. You can also use utility stabs, like with your other units, but I'm having a few dead turns, like 1 or 2 dead turns, but we're killing so many of them, it shouldn't really matter in this case. Yeah, he's attacking. He didn't want to go for the Brionac. Too big of a threat. He got Grasping voided, though. And the other cool thing is there's Engage energy. So I can do this again on the boss. I just need to make it over there, just warp over there. Just like warp the unit over there and then pop it again, and I can slow push the boss. So pretty powerful strategy. Some people say it's broken. I think it's just really strong. It's part of the game. It's literally using it as intended. It'd be one thing if it was an exploit, but it's not. It's literally just using the mechanics as intended. So I don't think that it's necessarily broken. Honestly, some of these maps are pretty insane, and it can be difficult just to one-round enemies. So it's kind of one of these things where like the enemies are overpowered and you're overpowered, and you have to kind of manage that. Obviously, there's really good units that do a lot, but I would say that's like the general theme of the game. So that's it for this one. This is just another way of using Bond Shield, using choke points, slow pushing into enemies while also making use of your other units so that you get more kills in than you would otherwise. But yeah, definitely like and subscribe if you found this useful. If you find Lucina to be good and you just don't know how to use her, or if you just want different tactics you can use with Lucina, this will definitely help you out. So yeah, peace.